Center. We'll be talking to Dmytro Kuleba, Ukrainian ambassador at large of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine. He'll be talking about trends in Russia's information war against Ukraine. Good afternoon. We hope that the achieved peaceful agreement in Minsk will really cover all the aspects, and in the beginning they refused from using these names and against Ukraine and Ukrainian authorities. This trend was very short, it changed, and now we can state that with the background of a decreased number of clashes in the east of Ukraine, the information propaganda machine is still very active. It resumed its work and continues its aggressive policy. What new is happening? Really, there are fewer cases of using such names as Kiev junta, but there's more information directed at discrediting Ukrainian army and voluntary battalions. The echo from such discreditation covers Ukraine as the state, and for Western TV viewer, listener, reader, the picture is created according to which Ukrainians are criminals which commit war crimes, international crimes against those who are fighting for freedom. Additional trend which concerns us a lot is use of international institutions for Russian propaganda. Yesterday in Moscow, there was a public event organized by Parliamentary Assembly of OSCE, where the representatives of the Assembly, and I would like to emphasize these people elected by people, they are not civil servants, they are not the representatives of the government, they are people who are free to express their ideas, starting discussing the problems of OSCE, and they ended discussing the lessons of Ukraine. That was quite a trendy event. The Parliamentary Assembly unfortunately organized it. The ambassador of Ukraine at OSCE will express his protest so that OSCE is not used as a platform to discredit Ukraine. In this connection, I would like to address our journalists. Please be very careful when you disseminate information on involving international institutes. A lot is done against journalist standards, but you should differentiate OSCE as the international organization and Parliamentary Assembly of OSCE, because in organization they represent the governments and the Assembly represents the MPs. And the organization OSCE will never organize such event as the Parliamentary Assembly did. You probably saw the latest news information related to so-called mass burials which are discovered by terrorists on the territory of regions in the eastern Donbass. This is part of the strategy. The information mechanism is such. First, the terrorists find something, discover, then mass media talk about that, then the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Russian Federation issues the official information about that, talking about some things which the terrorists put into the public space. After that, the international support is mobilized. It's not very successful because the world doesn't believe these things. They all understand before putting the accusations against first the case should be investigated. So we are organizing the information policy. We unfortunately have the examples of discovering mass burials which were discovered in Slavyansk. After liberating Slavyansk, we have an awful story of this team number 1 of Donetsk People's Republic whose activity was stopped by the security service of Ukraine. We are not using these facts in propaganda. We just inform about these facts, but investigation is going on. And when the investigation is finished, there will be conclusions made, because Ukraine is a legal state that respects the law. Now we are mobilizing the public figures, the experts who are ready in public space to support Ukraine. The main instrument of Russian propaganda, TV channel Russia Today, most often uses the opinion of so-called experts who are not respected, and they are not forming the public opinion in the countries that they represent. Ukraine, because of objective reasons, cannot afford such a mega promotion machine into which the other side puts millions of dollars, but we are working with people who are respected, who support our country, and who will be disseminating our messages and our philosophy. I would like to inform you that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has a special mini division which will be supporting all the public events which take place in the world and are dedicated to Ukraine. Each one of them, which is organized by Russian Federation, is an attack on information security of our state. This is the general picture. I am happy to answer your questions. Thank you. Dmytro, do you have any questions?
Then a question from me. You mentioned that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is working with the key opinion leaders. Maybe you can speak about the results or outputs of this work as of the moment. Do you have any achievements? I think that the best achievement will be when we will get comments and references from international mass media, which will adequately reflect and cover the situation in Ukraine. Because we believe that opinion of local experts is extremely important for changing views in each country. Dmytro, and nevertheless, information and propaganda from Russian Federation still continues, but some human rights organizations working in Ukraine, they show some signs that there might be influence of Russian Federation upon these organizations, and like PAOC and etc., OSC, etc. We should understand that sometimes people are personally connected with some other people, with Russian politicians, with Russian Federation. Sometimes people express an opinion, of their personal opinion, which does not reflect the views of the entire organization. But this position is influenced by the personal connections of these people. Also, as far as we know, that Russian Federation have many ways how to influence the officials from Russian federations, and they carry out extensive work. As I can see, there is a new account of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Twitter, where why have you changed your brand, and whether it allowed you to increase number of your followers? The idea behind this step was to uh, build up diplomatic service of the European level, and we tried to bring the logo of our organization in correspondence with this new concept. This is Sergei Shakin, who developed the famous logo "Never Again," and our intention was to attract attention of younger audience, and at the same time to create a logo which might be attractive and might draw attention of our Western partners. This is a bit cut image. This is a sail which is directed towards west, and it symbolizes the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Also, I'd like to draw attention to our page in Twitter, where we provide topical information explaining our position and covering the most important events around Ukraine and the world. Thank you, Dmytro, for coming, and our next briefing will be at 2 p.m.